Grand rising to my spirit family. And for those who are new, I welcome you to. I know I called y'all spirit families, but y'all know y'all my kindred spirits. I would like to say kin folks, but it was taken a while back. Also, I want to say, excuse the lighting. I'm not in the best lit area at this time, but I am doing my best with what I got. So bear with me, okay? When it comes to this lighting situation, I'm learning about the lighting situation because it seems like out of this eye, it looks darker on this side, even though I have a light here. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. But it's okay. It's okay. So, yes, my people, I got my notes right here in front of me so that I don't spend too much time on the subject or keep repeating myself. So I try to make sure I have my notes available to keep up with what I want to discuss and talk to y'all about. Okay, so that's here. All right, anything else y'all want to know? Yeah, just know I'm not here to make you think like me. I just want you to think. And even though I may call myself Anita the Healer, I'm not here to heal y'all. I sure am not. Yet, I am here to teach you how to heal yourself through my experiences and research. You will not have to use the exact same tools, routines, or practices that I do, but it's just to help open you up to realize you can tap into your own resources for your own healing. Okay? All right. I hope we got that together. Now let's begin, okay? Okay, so this is more like a continuation of the comparing versus authenticity. Now, it brings us to self-love and obligations. And if we are really loving on ourselves, now I may not touch on everything in this video, but you can leave some comments on other ways to love yourself or other examples of obligations. All right. So the first point I want to speak on is willingness to communicate clearly and honestly. When you start to love yourself, you in your heart, you're working on communication skills. You think about how you want to be communicated, but also respectfully learning how to communicate to the next person through observation, listening, just paying attention. Self-love is even all of that for yourself. Listening to yourself, that inner voice that intuitively guides you. And that's usually the first voice. The first voice comes so fast that the second voice almost make you think you didn't hear the first voice. The second voice is usually doubt. The second, the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and other voices after that. Even to the point of going to ask someone else for advice. That's doubting yourself. It's more like doubting when you have to go outside of yourself. But sometimes when that first voice comes so fast and you don't hear it clearly, the universe will send you confirmations through people, places, and things, signs, symbols, and synchronicities, just to help magnify the first voice. So self-love, you clearly come to understand how you want to be communicated to. You come to understand your love language, because you're not only paying attention to the way you talk, but also your actions, your habits, your practices, all of that. And being honest with yourself. So when you're able to be honest, truthful, and clear in your communication with yourself, it comes with ease to another person to be able to do that with another person. If you're able to listen to yourself, you're able to respectfully listen to another. You're in learning mode, because your observation and paying attention to them like you did to yourself is giving yourself some time to learn another. Consider the time it took you to learn about you. And don't tell me it took you overnight. That's a lie. Because with all the influences in the world, if you didn't get this growing up, then I'm not talking to you. If you got this growing up, then I'm not talking to you. But if you didn't get this growing up, sometimes the amount of time it took for you to be taken off the path, or to be influenced, tricked, manipulated, and all this other stuff that goes on, it can take that same amount of time. If not, sometimes people are just quick learners. It's okay. It don't take all that time. It might take you some days, some weeks, months, some people some years. And it's okay. Just as long as you get it. You know, it took it, I think it to get to this point in my life, yeah. How old am I? None of your business. But anywho, so back to this. Did I skip over that part? Yes, I did, and I meant to. So just keep in mind that what you are doing with yourself, you want to utilize the same process and procedures with others in the beginning, until they show you you need to take another route. But at least through observation, you're learning what route to take with them, because it may not be the exact same route. Okay? Now, I know with all of my videos, y'all are trying to understand. I don't get it. I don't get it with these videos that you were making, Anita. Well, just getting back to the basics. It's called healing. Because even if you become a millionaire before the healing, you can lose all the millions. Because you don't understand and understand the harmony and balance in having those millions. or billions. You got to understand your value as well as overstand your value. In the collective. In your community or your immediate environment. These are things that's good to know. You know, sometimes, when I am on here, I do not like to force myself to be on here, but sometimes in the midst of being on here, I'll all of a sudden be like, ooh, feeling drained. But that's maybe because I am picking up on energies that may watch this video and is trying to pull so much from me. I'm feeling it ahead of time. Ain't that something? And that's why sometimes I might not even feel like wanting to come on here. So, okay, I rebuke those energies and let me just help you understand about trying to drain the energies, wanting to be me. Remember, if you go back to the video, don't compare yourself to me. Don't try to beat me because you are special in who you are. There's something that took me a minute to understand, that when you enjoy being you and you see the love that you have for you, coming to love yourself, and understanding and understanding how you came to be. Once you truly understand your gifts, talents, and skills, and realize your authenticity, and it takes a minute because sometimes, there a little doubt can creep in. Even when it comes to loving your body or love the body that you're going to have if you don't have it yet. But you got to have a concentrated, focused effort with discipline to create the physical body, because you can mold it how you want it. You just know it may not come into existence in what some people call manifest. I just call bring into existence. Make it happen. And then you can say it happened. Here is the finished results. Okay? So keep that in mind. Those feelings don't happen overnight. Where you're confident in where you're going and coming to be. So instead of speaking in past tense or future tense, always speak in the present. And, hey, sometimes I forget and be like, yeah, what I am going to be, who I am. Like I am this fine woman. And believe it. It's okay. Some people want to be like, oh, she's a narcissist. But that's only if you're using your gifts for bad, because they can become toxic when you think it's all about you. And it is all about you, to you. When it comes to another person that you're engaging with, respectfully, respect who they are, their space, their domain, how they feel, what they think of themselves. You come to fall in love with difference, which is still, in some ways, you share some similarities. In some ways, if not in any way, then that's okay too. Because you're still accepting their difference. So the ability to agree to disagree through negotiating in order to reach an agreement to meet each other's needs. You hear that? The ability to agree to disagree involves negotiating ideas. Because of the difference that we are, we have some difference within us. We may not agree on everything. So in order to get to an agreement, we go through a process of negotiating so that you're pleased at least 80%. And I am pleased at least 80%. It's equal, what they call pleasantation, being pleased. Okay, did I just make up a word? I did, I think. You know what I'm getting at. We both want to be pleased in this. And it doesn't always mean you're going to be pleased at the same time and negotiate. You may not be pleased at the same time, but just as long as you get an equal share of pleasantness. I hope that's a word. If not, then I'm making up words to help you get to the point of feeling balance or finding harmonization within a situation. Okay? Are we okay with that? So if you can, and if you want examples, okay, let me just give you one example. Let's say you're married. And when your husband get off work, and because he got the car or he's out there, if he don't have a car, but if he's out and about, and you ask him, babes, I need this, 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 and this, and this. But you had already know what your schedule is like. You got to work out. And you wanted to stop at the gym. So it's like, babe, can we negotiate on some of these things? And she's like, well, what you mean? It's like, hey, so I'm gonna get the most important things. I'm gonna do the most important thing. I'm gonna come home. If it needs to be done today, right there and then, within an hour or two, I'm gonna come home and take care of that. But also too, so that I can have my day, since I did work and you was at home. It's not to say you didn't do anything at home, but can I get me a workout in so I can still be fine and divine for you and for me? Because I want to look good for me and be healthy to be able to do these things, continue to do them things that you want me to do. Okay? And then the things that aren't most important, when I'm done at the gym, I'll finish it up once I get home, after I get my shower in. Okay? And as long as it gets done today, I want to make sure you're satisfied. As long as I can get my work out in today too. And as I spoke on being able to negotiate where some things may not get done that day, but you're in agreement with it at least still getting done, or you getting your satisfaction. It might take a week or two, but it's going to get done, or someone is going to still be able to benefit. It just may not come. Some people may have to sacrifice time in order to get done, but there's different levels in that. So make it apply in certain situations when those situations come up. Okay. Some of y'all take it word for word. Well, she said this, and it was like, you if you don't know how to use common sense, maybe I need a common sense type class, critical thinking kind of class, common sense, critical thinking class. Okay, so let's move on. So, just like most women want to feel protected mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, ladies, yeah, we want that. Men, do y'all hear? Y'all out there, do y'all hear that? We want to feel protected in all them ways. So don't come half stepping. Come fully knowing that you can do that. So if you dating a woman, and I'm not trying to make fun of people's size, but ladies, just let's keep it real. You know, you choose a man much smaller than you, weaker in physical strength than you, then I think you're gonna have to be the protector. Now, so that means you might be more dominant and aggressive, whereas he may not. So choose carefully. If you know you're the one who have the strength, don't play these games with these little bitty men y'all be choosing. No, they can't go and beat Billy Bob's behind, who is your size or a little bigger. Okay? So choose wisely the situations you think you can dominate. And don't call your man if you know your man ain't big enough, strong enough. And even the type of man that you choose, some are just scientists. They can only do so much. Maybe they can go and create a missile to help protect you, but or build a wall. Okay, y'all keep these things in mind. You want a man with a brain? That's what you got. And he can probably teach you with that brain how to protect yourself. He's still utilizing information to assist you in your protection. Okay? There's ways. I'm just critical thinking. You know, I got to throw that out there because some of y'all take it too far. Okay? Some of y'all take it too far. When we speak about mental protection, don't play games with our heads. We want to learn, just like the man with the brain, who can teach us how to protect ourselves. The man with the muscles, who can defend us physically. But we want to be able to learn something. Doesn't mean that we're not going to be able to do it in return. Because our way of protecting you is, okay, let's say we protect you from house germs, clean that house good of germs. We make sure your body is protected physically by making sure we give you the nutrients needed. You hear me? Spiritually. So it's a give and take in a harmonized, balanced environment and relationship. So just like we looking for all that protection in all those areas and want to be with someone we can communicate with, men want some things too, like nurtured, supported, cared for, and loved. Just like we want to be loved. There's certain things. Certain matters. Either way, we want an equal or a balanced give and take. But as I stated before, Don't come into a situation thinking somebody's going to complete you. If you don't come into a situation whole, then you're entering a toxic situation if you're looking for somebody to complete you, because why are you always looking outside of yourself? Remember, it's about self-love, learning to love yourself first. You got to come disease-free, alcohol-free, drug-free, free of toxicity. So if there are some things you're willing to accept that you don't think will create a toxic environment for you, certain things you can deal with, just know what you're dealing with, okay? Know what you're dealing with. Did I need to repeat myself? Don't give too much of yourself, both of you. Don't give too much of yourself in the beginning until you get to know each other. Why can't we just learn to be friends and hold back on them benefits? Always out there looking for friends with benefit. Oh, I got to have it. That means you have no control over your mind, emotions, and body, because you letting all that get caught up. It's like down there, it's controlling what you got going on up here and here. You have no control over you, but yet you trying to control other people, places, and things. Like you got it together. And you wonder why relationships don't work out for you. Because you're starting it off wrong. You're trying to relate. And if there's no relations in relating, how can you get to the point of being BFs, Fs? And for those who was born before me, they use a lot of initials. My sisters and brothers. BFs, best friends forever. Yeah. And of course, me, I'm not trying to be nobody's friend, because, so I guess you got to be the best friend, because word friend to me, I'm trying to be like family, you know. Can we say it like that? I know it was like, but I wouldn't want to date family. Let's just say they got to feel almost like family, because, you know, when you marry them, they family. Come on now, let's make it make sense. You're not going to try to marry your brother or sister, because, well, I hope not, because some of you know, I'm not into the friend things, because the word, the way I look at the word friends, fry in, somewhere around Friday, it might end. It might end before Friday or after Friday. So I don't look for friends. I'm looking for someone that could eventually become like family. Mhm. So I'm looking for the best family applicant. Did I say applicant? For lack of better words, okay? For lack of better words. It's, you know, if I can make up a word, what would that word be? A divine companion. I did it. Hold on, let me write that word down so I won't forget that word. Divine companion. So that divine companion is going to, once we can become divine companions, it will lead us into a family connection. Yes. So divine companion will lead to did I smack? Excuse me. Family connection. And if I'm smacking, just pretend like I'm just kissing my words. If I'm eating and smacking, just let it know it's so good. I'm kissing the food in my mouth before I swallow. I had to tell some family members that, and they still is like, this is so annoying. It's irritating. Okay, well then maybe I have to excuse myself, or you excuse myself. Whoever was here first, I'm gonna finish eating if I started here first. Anywho, so now, so if men love to be nurtured, supported, cared for, and loved, we like that too. Maybe we like it in a different way, you know. Ladies, if you're anyway, I guess you have to use common sense, critical thinking, because men and women stop forcing. Because I was going to say women do this, but you got some men who would do it too. Men will do this, but you get so stop pointing out like women is from outside of creation somewhere, and men is from under a rock, from the scum of the earth. Stop making it look like we from different areas of life, trying to bring filth and alien or alien germ together, because we both, share masculine and feminine energies within us. We're both put here to exercise will. Will is equal to being able to make decisions to decide what's right for you and what's not right for you. Did you hear that? What's right for you or what's right for me? Not what's right for what you think is right for you, comparing it to Billy, Bob, Sandy, and Anne. Because what you think is right and wrong for you may not, it may not equate to others the same way. Okay? Now, if you think killing Anne is good, Anne may not feel like killing is the answer. To resolve your problems. She may think communication, coming to some kind of resolution. But if you got an animal gene in you that you can't control, just know, when I sense that, I may not want to come around you if I think you're a killer, if I sense killer, or if I sense someone who's just toxic, period, in any form of fashion, in what you do for a hobby. Kill for a hobby. Okay. But just know you got to get yourself together. You got to know you. That's where self-love come in. When you know you, you're going to love on you. Now, if you know you, but you don't love what you know about you, whose problem is that? You can't blame your mom and daddy. That you was the sperm that reached the egg before the other sperms. You should have stayed still when the other sperms was going to the eggs. In the spirit world, you should have said no, because I already see what I'm going to know about myself. I'm not going to love it. So no need for me to go there. Or you sacrifice yourself and say, well, I know I'm going to know myself and not love myself, but I'm going to go there and be an example. So either that was the situation and how you determined whether or not how you was going to get here. Just use some thinking. Just use some thinking on why you could have possibly came here, to be an example for others and what not to be. That could be it. Sometimes we are made examples, but hopefully somewhere on down the line, you decide that you really love yourself because you was an example to, now I love myself because I was an example, and I help others get themselves together. Oh, I think I love me some me. An excuse to love yourself, huh? All right. So be able to be open enough on both ends to learn from one another, as well as be able to teach one another through open lines of communication, the process and procedure of elimination that we use when we negotiate. Okay? You got to communicate some kind of way. But the confirmation comes through this right here. And another form of communication that we're going to pay attention to is through observation. Sometimes when you can't talk to your experiment, you got to sit back and examine it. I mean, when we talk about lab rats or experiments, usually we're looking to learn from our experiments. Because when you go into your laboratory, you don't know nothing about it, and you're going in there to examine it, you're going in there to learn about it too. Okay? So don't get offended when I say, call you a lab experiment. Because I think we all are acting as scientists. We all are acting as experiments. Because in the moment that you're learning, you're the student, and someone else is the teacher, or something else is the teacher, someplace else is the teacher. And then vice versa. If you know what vice versa is, when you're no longer learning and you're teaching, then you're the teacher, and then the person, place, or thing is the student. Okay? We got that clear? Okay? Because, I know sometimes I might get some preschoolers or some babies up in here that don't know a goddamn thing and don't understand it. And sometimes, even with what I'm communicating right here and there, you still don't get it. So I just advise, since this is a recorded video, you are allowed to hit repeat as many times as you want until you get it. Okay? I hope you get it. Okay. So, obligations is the feeling and thought of owing a person, place, or thing a value, whether that value can equal to a service, time, object, or money, or gift, information, etc. Now, this is when it can become toxic. Now, you can obligate yourself or oblige a person and feel obligated because you made a promise to do so. But if you have to break that promise, please communicate. Communicate is important. Even if you can't explain why, just say, look, I'm gonna have to delay this promise. Well, this promise ain't gonna be able to come through. And a lot of people think, well, if you make a promise, you're not supposed to break a promise. That's why promises are there, because sometimes they have to be broken. It's okay to break your promise because you start to see, oh, I can't do this. It's as simple as communication. Now, how the person feel who you broke the promise to, well, at least you communicate. I can't do this. I can't explain why now, And even if you can't explain why they still don't get it, then, well, hey, I did what I felt was right for me. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Because if we can't negotiate through communication and you still got a problem and you trying to make me the problem or create problems for me, it's becoming toxic. It's becoming toxic. Now, sometimes, like I said, obligations ain't bad if you obligate yourself. In those obligations, you might make promises that you can't always keep. But as long as you communicate. But if you're one of those persons who's sitting up there and saying, oh no, you make a promise to me and you don't keep it, I'm done. Fine. Cool. I'm cool with that. And people, in order to be cool with them not wanting to deal with you, you gotta be accepting that some people's ways of being, ways of thinking and feeling, you got to realize that these are some of the things you're going to have to accept. Rejection. If they can't negotiate and communicate to keep the peace, keep harmony. And if you're not happy with how they negotiate, don't wait until it's too late and get into a family connection to realize what you got. But some people are good at pretending. They will pretend all the way until they get the ring on the finger. Or until they sign a contract saying they married. Or make them vows. And just know, just because I married you or moved in with you, we don't even have to get married, but if I moved in with you, just as easily as I moved in, I can move out. Just as easily as I married you and signed a contract, I'm canceling that damn contract. And just as soon as I made them vows, I'm going to break them. Because I am not going to be unhappy with someone who pretended to be something they weren't just to get the contract, for me to make the vow, for me to move in with you, for you to move in with me, however that goes. Oh, it's easy as that, people. It is. People will use all kinds of tactics to keep you in a toxic situation with them. And their goals may be to break you because you got something they want, an energy that they're feeding off of. They're straining the hell out of you. Yeah, I said hell. When you hear me use German and French words, I'm feeling it. It's passionate in my heart. In my heart. It's passionate. I'm very passionate about that. Okay. So that's a part of me getting to know you. Heard me smack. That word. I had to kiss it. Had to kiss that word. All right. Because these games got to stop. Leave the games for the playground, the joking and all of that. When, it's okay to have fun in a relationship, but at least the person got to be able to know when you're joking, when you're playing. But if you're gaming on them from the beginning to the ending, somebody's end ain't gonna be happy. Just know that. You think pretending and lying is gonna get you somewhere? even if you don't think it was really like the person. But just know they got this thing called karma, or what energies you put out will come back. And if you don't believe that, then when is your time to come to experience what that's about, and you forgot what that word is called, you can hit me up. My information will be at the end of the video and down in the description box. And as I always say, I'm not here to make you think like me. I just want you to think. To make the world a better place in the new world. And I'm not here to heal you. I'm here to just give you some creative ideas to help you tap into yourself so you can utilize your own resources to heal yourself. All right. All right. I'm out. Bye. I'm going to see y'all. Hi, my name is AnitaYarbrough, and I am your holistic healing life coach and counselor. I bring to you today my signature programs based on healing transformations that align purpose. My first signature program, self-authentication based healing. This paradigm shifting and transformative based program is designed to share life experiences due to the changing times we're in to assert your self authenticating willpower. In this program, you will learn the importance of healing to help lead the way towards understanding a new age mindset that promotes creative, holistic living for unlocking your purpose. Transform and align with your purpose in any area you choose. Within these changing times, by trying a new approach to tasks and or activities to gain courage and confidence. Feel free to accept the changes in the world and experience the new, real you without judgment from yourself and others. Learn to accept uncontrollable circumstances. Let go of the past and activate a new you. Overcome blockages on your way towards your newfound freedom after attending this life-changing presentation. After this program, you will be able to learn the difference between using logic and intuition, understand how your belief systems influence your authenticity. Learn the importance of balancing your light and dark psyche. Use mental and emotional coping techniques to transcend traumas and pain to start the healing process. Gaining self-acceptance to heal through self-talk and expression. My second signature program is lifestyle-based healing. This life-building and knowledge-based program is designed to help you succeed in the next phase of transformational growth during these changing times to enhance your development. In this session, you will learn how to tap into your natural survival resources and following the intuitive influences that open your eyes to new pathways of living, achieve greater results, and supercharge your mission by creating a new lifestyle. You will come to understand how to discipline your body, your mind, and spirit to prepare the unexpected and expected changes in your life, inside and out. Inspire others to do the same. Become efficient and improve functionality after this enlightening presentation. After this program, you will be able to learn what your limits are towards change, learn how to replace unwanted habits with better practices, identify your stress triggers and traumas to make changes, and self-heal. Learn about inner and outside influences that affect your lifestyle. Understand how good health practices establishes great wealth to enhance a certain lifestyle. Learn the importance of your survival and creating your new life and what it takes to sustain a new lifestyle. Expose your toxicities before incorporating new lifestyle changes. Now, this third signature program is my communication-based healing. This mind enriching session will teach you how to express and communicate your thoughts and feelings. Demonstrate many ways to communicate your subconscious mind to gain control of your life. The strategies in this portion of the program will fine-tune your communication skills within these changing times by using your childlike imagination to promote healing and find your confidence to better express yourself. Learn how to analyze the communication style of others, which better helps with understanding how to communicate. So after this presentation, you will be able to achieve a life of mastery that is limitless. So after this program, you will be able to learn to listen to your true voice, to break your own hypnotic spell, learn importance of self-talk, creatively express your imagination to welcome in the healing process, learn and understand different communication styles, find out how to communicate commands to your subconscious mind to create change. Now, this last signature program is community-based healing. This approach into the community dynamics during these times of change will alter your reality to identify patterns in situations and know when to seek solutions. Learn the positives and negatives of comparisons and judgments that are used within your environment or community. Learn tactics to break away from the trends within your environment and community that are presently not realized as mind control tools. Learn manifestations for your ideal environment or community, which can influence and become impressionable to others. Before this presentation ends, it will empower your every move. So after this program, you will be able to understand how to manifest your needs and wants, recognizing patterns that will create solutions for a better change, learn how to recognize individuals of bad or good influence in your space, understand how making peace with yourself can become a masterpiece for an ideal community, create better habits and practices that will help you attain the peace you so desire, and design and create a space that cannot be compared to others. I would like to thank you for taking time out in your busy day and joining me or sitting with me in learning more about my signature programs. As I always tell others, I am not here to make you think like me. I just want you to think. Again, thank you and have a great rest of your day.